The year is 2021.
And we're all glued to our phones.
Keelan's glued to his phone.
It's on airplane mode.
You naive fools thought, oh, the world's going to be better in 2021. It's all going to be good. It's all going to be... It's 6 days in. We're plunged into lockdown in the UK. There's fucking Vikings roaming around Capitol Hall or whatever it is in America. But there is one thing that remains true. The Motus Podcast is here, albeit a bit late. We're here and it's killing. No, we're just here. I love that intro. Mm-hmm. I was thinking the other day when I was walking the dog, I was like, oh, we need to do a podcast. And I was like, sometimes I just want to play good bits of songs and then talk about them. Mm-hmm. And then I realized I was just describing radio. I was like, oh yeah.
Well, then this should just turn into radio.
I was like, oh, maybe we could just do radio instead. Welcome back, Motus Podcast. Keelan's here. I'm here. It's, what date is it? January 7th.
Yeah, I don't know when our last one was, but I'm pretty sure it was a while ago.
The one with Toby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. We did actually do a podcast in between, but it was kind of shit.
Well, Mark's came down very briefly.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was just a bit all over the place, and
there was zero planning.
Yeah.
And we just chatted absolute shit for like 2 hours. And by the end of it, I think we all kind of like, it was within not very long. I think you messaged me and Mark's, and we were like, yeah, maybe we just shouldn't put that on. It was zero value and just utter like.
Exactly.
It wasn't even like funny shit. It was just chatting.
Yeah. Like I can't even remember what we spoke about. So,
yeah.
You know.
And here where we talk about shit with literal feces within minutes of starting the podcast, we like to try and keep the quality high. So we decided not to put it out. Mm. But yeah, and it was Christmas and New Year and everything. And it was Christmas and New Year, which is a valid excuse for sort of being a bit slow anyway.
Yeah.
On top of that, someone in this room actually got coronavirus.
Yeah, but I got no symptoms. So
you got a couple, didn't you?
Well, I just couldn't eat. That was like the main thing. So
oh no.
No, but like loads of people have obviously had really bad symptoms.
Yeah,
my dad had it.
Is a pretty bad symptom.
It's very bad. But my dad had it first, and he was actually ill, but it wasn't that worrying. I was worried about him, but it wasn't too bad. And then my whole family got it, and we pretty much all just felt like we had a bit of a flu.
I never asked, what did you actually do for Christmas Day? Because did you have enough time to get like Christmas food?
Yeah, we tried to. That was the sad thing actually.
Because you couldn't go out, right? Like you were just housebound.
No, but we knew. Oh no, sorry. One of our friends dropped off food for us.
Oh, okay.
But it was just sad because obviously everyone looks forward to Christmas dinner and things.
Yeah. Oh, and you were just all hungry.
We were just all at the table, and I like ate like a tiny bit, and then I was just like, I feel ill now.
Oh, that's savage.
Yeah. And then I had like 2 waves of feeling really fucked.
Yeah, you messaged me once, and you were like, "Oh, it's getting a bit scary for a second."
Yeah, the anxiety kicked in because I was in the I didn't know whether to tell anyone in my house because if I was normally ill, I'd just go somewhere and be quiet.
Yeah.
But I was in the toilet and I just kind of sat there and let it happen. And then I panicked because I was like, oh, what if my breathing just gets fucked?
Yeah.
Like, should I tell someone? Anyway, yeah, it was fine.
It's so weird because imagine getting it back at March when it was new. You'd be like, oh, fuck. Like, well, although you wouldn't, back then with those symptoms, you wouldn't even be able to get a test.
No.
So you would have just been like, oh, I feel a bit groggy. And you would have come in and like, yeah.
Yeah, for people know, we all did get tests. That's how we know.
Yeah,
We didn't just get ill and thought, oh, it's COVID.
And I then had to basically...
Yeah, because I obviously saw Giles when my dad got ill, but he didn't have a test.
Yeah, you were like, my dad's feeling ill. And it was like, oh, cool, yeah, whatever.
But we didn't think about COVID really that much.
Nah, we've all got pretty complacent. And then I what we didn't know is whether or not it had potentially like come from my side and gone to Kelan. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of waiting to see if Kelan got symptoms in the timeline that I had seen him.
Yeah.
Because we were actually meant to go and see Sarah's parents for Christmas, but then the government changed the rules anyway, so we couldn't. But like already we were kind of like, well, because of the close contact with you, it was like, fuck, we probably shouldn't risk parents' lives.
But one of the most savage bits is that we wanted to do like a Christmas party thing on here on the podcast.
Yeah, we wanted to have like an episode where we like had some drinks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck.
The same thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe the world just hates us because last time we tried it as well and it got deleted. So,
well, yeah, that was our, like
2 years in a row. That
because actually we spoke about that in the Marks one, and then we didn't talk about it. No one. Yeah. If anyone remembers, there was an episode that we recorded the year before last, I guess, that got deleted, and I think we briefly mentioned it. And what that episode was like a roundup of the year, and we were like, oh shit, well that one got deleted, so we'll do another one, and then we didn't get to do it, but we can kind of do it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, look on the notes, personal thoughts on 2020 moving into 2021. What I mean, how was last year for you? Some people will be like, the shit. 2020 was a shit. Like, fuck this year. I just want to get to 2021, as if midnight is going to change something. Yeah. Like,
I don't know. I think both of us are quite lucky in our situation that it didn't. I don't think it really changed much for me, really, if that makes sense. I know that, like, obviously, COVID and lockdown and everything.
I was looking at you weird there, but I wasn't. I was trying to work out if your razor had arrived.
Oh, it has, but I haven't used it.
I could see you like touching your chin, and I was like,
I keep doing it. Yeah. Anyway, more importantly, yeah. No, it felt kind of normal year, really.
It became
just everything else was. It was weird what I was seeing.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me until we got COVID, and it wasn't too bad for us. That's really it.
And obviously it affected, like, we would have traveled a lot more and things, but
yeah,
I keep having these like pangs of guilt, essentially, because I see people who are like, oh, my freedoms are being taken away. Like, there's a lot of people who are like, my freedom, and it's like, shut up. But then there's people who are like, have suffered a lot because, I don't know, even right now in lockdown, I can still walk the dog. I can still drive. I probably don't know if we should drive places, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, for what? There's not police roaming the streets. No. I'm not seeing anyone. Like, I'm not seeing family or friends. Like, there's no kind of illegal shit, so to speak, but it feels very relaxed. It's just like, cool, I'm just going to keep my distance, wear the mask, whatever.
Well, our routine has stayed the same anyway.
Throughout basically the entire year.
If the illness didn't exist, then we would still be doing what we're doing right now. But just the traveling, I think.
Whereas obviously if you live in a 1-bedroom flat and you don't have a garden in the middle of London,
that's when
I can
really
imagine.
Really
and it's bad. I'm like, well, it's not that bad, and then I'm like, wait, I'm fucking privileged.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but other than COVID, what are your thoughts on 2020? Really, as for you and also for Motus?
Personally, it was pretty banging.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because of Corona, like, I got to spend way more time with Sarah, which was nice because I've done so many years of like going away for all summer and
that's true,
stuff like that. So actually, it's like for our relationship, it's like super fucking healthy, which is great. Way more time with Darwin, obviously. Obviously, Motus has done really well. Like, we did Soul Destroyer, and we've had, I don't know, like, it feels brand wise, everything feels like it's on a really good trajectory. So I can't not look at 2020 as like a decent year of growth, but then you're like, oh, not allowed to think that because people have died. Like, so it's tricky.
Well,
are you drinking that already?
Yeah, it's fine. It's not that hot, but I see it more as I'd feel worse if I was here complaining about it because I haven't had it bad.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to just, like, we've had a good year. You know what I mean? Just be honest with that. Because,
isn't it? Yeah. Years are so weird because it's just like midnight on a date, and then suddenly it's like,
I've had a good 365. Is it 365?
Yeah.
I've had a good 365 days.
It's like,
why are you mentioning that?
Yeah, round it up to 400.
Yeah. No, but it makes sense. What about? I only just thought about this now. Do you think that you've saved a lot, apart from obviously with Motus constantly needing to think about money, but on a personal level, because you haven't had to travel, you haven't really had to go many places.
A little
financial wise.
A little bit, but
like,
then,
yeah,
I don't know, I've probably just spent money on silly things, and my car's been fucking acting up for the last year, basically, which currently I don't have. So, no, I wouldn't say I've exactly amassed. Yeah. Oh, we spoke so much about crypto in the last one, and now it's all popping off, and people think I was being serious on my Instagram story the other day about Bitcoin.
That was so funny. That was actually very funny.
People were angry. They were like, no, it's Bitcoin's old. I was like, yes, I know.
I've probably lost money. I mean, I've got an Xbox because of COVID. That I just realised that was this year. I didn't have an Xbox
last year.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Didn't have an Xbox.
Yeah,
bought one back again.
But like fairly valid time to get one in terms of needing, because first lockdown was like everyone took it pretty seriously, and we all just sat. I played a lot of COD, so. But moving into 2021, this year's going to be weird, I reckon, because some people think it's all going to be done and dusted by like April. Like Mark's, when he was here, was like saying that, and I'm like, as much as that's what the government is spitting out, the government so far have been consistently wrong. Like pretty much everything they have said has just gone.
I think what Mark's based it off, because he explained to me in the car, is that it's because of what he's predicted off of trajectories or whatever, or what he's believed in so far. All of that's kind of happened, but I don't think it's going to be better by when he said.
Like when I was speaking to him on WhatsApp a while ago, he was like, everything will be fine. And I was like, so you're telling me I can go to a gig in April? And I cannot see that happening, because even if they vaccinate like a huge chunk of the at risk and things and all this, I don't see how like venues are going to have the kind of insurance and all that stuff. Like, I mean, or even like a parkour event, like how are you going to be able to safely be like, this is safe from sort of I think it's going to be a while for that. I think like last summer, as stuff wasn't normal last summer, but it was definitely more relaxed. Probably shouldn't have been, but it was. I reckon this summer we'll be feeling a lot better in terms of just like people got away on holidays last summer. So I reckon this summer, like things will start to loosen up, but
yeah, people will be able to do things hopefully, but it's all getting serious again. So
right now it's pretty fucked. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm confused how it could start getting.
Well, because the vaccine now exists, and with the reason it's bad is because of Christmas and everything. But anyway, we shouldn't be talking just about purely about fucking Corona. But what are you wanting out of this next 365? What is it? 360 or 358 days now? 59 days. Yeah. I don't know. I can't maths.
I don't know. There's lots of things that
we got some really exciting shit, haven't we? Like
constantly having thoughts about Motus and how to make it bigger, but also just fun plans for all of us to do together, which has been really hard because we've had so many ideas that we keep coming up with that kind of rely on us all being able to meet up.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the hard thing about this year.
Yeah, because I mean, we always have had the struggle of like, oh, people are separated, but now it's like, oh, people are like, it's not even like, oh, it's separated, but we could just jump on a plane. It's like we're literally like
exactly, and it's like, how much planning can we realistically put into something if we aren't 100%?
Yeah, because we got some plans that we want to commit to and like go big on and like big video projects and things, but it's really hard to be like, cool, we'll do that in April. Yeah, but like let's start booking tickets or like let's start kind of, I don't know, renting, like, it's, you just can't do it. You can't tie money up. Well, I mean, you could, but it's risky. But
the thing is, the good thing with this year is that we have got some exciting things coming out that don't actually need COVID to go away for.
We spent a lot of time basically trying to bulletproof plans in the sense of like, cool, well, we can still do all of these things. So rather than putting
it's going in a big step. So this year should be fucking sick regardless.
I just burnt my hand on a radiator.
Nice.
Ow. Yeah, I'm excited. We just got to keep grafting and then start releasing things and get people excited as well.
Exactly. That's kind of that's the hard thing, is kind of we can say because of the situation. You don't really know what's going to happen, do you?
Your mic's a little bit louder than mine. I'm going to turn. There we go. Yeah, exactly. And we like to just tease things and build hype, because building hype is better than not building hype.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like we're good at building hype, but most of the time it happens by accident, because a lot of the things we're trying to do right now, it should have been done earlier.
Yes. What we do is we announce something and then takes 6 months longer than expected, and then the hype is built to a sufficient level. If we actually released everything on time, the hype wouldn't be nearly enough.
If we released everything on time, it would have happened 7 days ago.
7 days ago, yeah.
There you go. That's a bit of hype there for you.
Yeah. You got any resolutions?
No, not really.
No, I don't really do that. Like, I mean,
no.
It's literally just try and be fitter and healthier as always. But that's less of a resolution and more of a just need to try and actually do that.
I found your post really funny though. The like sarcastic one about resolutions and also.
Oh,
I don't think it was just about resolutions.
It was
it's fine. Like 2020's gone.
Yeah.
That was a shit year, but 2021's here.
I was trying to. The worst part is, a couple of people responded to that.
What,
like,
thinking like, yeah,
being like, yeah, we're like love hearts and things, and I was like, I was trying to mimic the type of people who put 13 different like fucking flower and heart emojis into one Instagram caption.
Yeah,
they're like, yes, yeah. Anyway, let's rewind the clock a little bit.
Yeah.
Just before the old Crimbo, and I don't know when it happened actually, but Star Awards was banging.
Yeah.
As I predicted, I don't think publicly, but between you and me, I reckon they were going to give away about 10 grand.
Yeah.
Because they did on the other thing. And
it's really good for the community.
Camilla the Killer, she got some.
Yeah.
Travis got some. Many other people, obviously. But that was the only reason I thought.
You're not fucking teamers.
No, I was thinking about the little rap you did about Camilla a minute ago. And you were like, Camilla the Killer, she's a
$100 biller. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's really cool to see that it's stepped up from last year, and that now kind of, because obviously money is, one, it's an incredible gesture to like, anyone can understand it. It's not just like, oh, we've given away this thing. And it's like, and also it's fucking, you think about someone like Camilla, for example, who's just moved to Lisbon and probably, I assume, is paying rent somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool, that's a chunk. So
yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
And them supporting people like Fat and Kipper.
Yeah. I mean,
just seeing all of the, I mean, I don't even know what generation that is now. Is that it doesn't matter. They're the younger kind of youth.
Yeah, generations are weird, because what is a generation?
I don't know, but I used to see it when I was maybe when I was like 15. You are the generation above me, and then I'm the one below, as in parkour.
But then
but now I'm this age. I'm like, well, actually, I don't know.
Yeah, like, are you the same generation as Fat, or are you in?
I don't. I mean, they're younger. They're younger than me, but not by much.
No, that's the thing.
And I don't see them as a younger generation.
But what I liked about the Star Awards is they were very. There was no one I thought like, oh, they've picked like an obvious, or not even, maybe not an obvious choice. They've picked someone who like is just a big name, or like, or is
sick.
I mean, let's say best team, for example. Obviously, that is us, but they're not going to pick us because we're too obvious. So they pick Fat, like.
Yeah.
But no,
and they gave some money to our flow athletes because
Yeah. No, it's. I guess what I meant is more. They didn't pick. You know how sometimes like Art Emotion or something kind of picks athletes, and it's just like, well, you've just kind of picked the one who's the most well known.
Yeah.
Like, even though they
might.
It's
like when you did Giles Compiles, it was about you didn't. Yeah. You didn't name like there's a new Farang video out, and there's a new.
Yeah.
It was picking up.
They put a good amount of effort in, like, digging up the people.
And they did, because that person they found...
he's a beast. Yeah. I can't remember his name, but...
Yeah, but what the hell? How is he not blown up on Instagram?
Yeah, and the category... I can never remember the names they give them, but...
I liked the flavor something category, because I don't think enough people do that. In a sense that was just a kind of a whole... It was like putting loads of categories together just to make one sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which people like to break things up when they talk about parkour, but that was just like a nice, easy one.
One video that got mentioned in that did come out around that time that was pretty fucking out there was Fraz the Wizard's video with Matt McKeary and I literally Marcio. There we go. Yeah. I was thinking Endis. I was like, where the fuck's his name gone? What did you think of that? Before
his videos get crazier and crazier every time.
Yeah,
like, as in more going on. I didn't rush to it. That's not me. I'm not trying to
watch it, or you didn't?
Yeah, I didn't rush to watch it.
Oh, I rushed it. I was there. Fucking
really?
Yeah.
Only cause I like the editing. It's really hard. If this came out and it wasn't parkour related, I feel like I'd be more all over it. Does that make sense? When parkour is mixed with that, I'm not like the biggest fan of it.
So
it's hard. I'm basically just speaking exactly how I feel. But
I love all three of them. The two athletes, outstanding. Fraser stayed at my house last year. No, year before now, for like a week. And I probably was the shittest host ever because I had loads of stuff to do and basically had to sit on my laptop most of the time. And he just wanted to go out and shoot creative things.
Yeah.
And I basically just felt really bad because I couldn't do much with him. But he's a literally a genius.
I know, yeah.
Like he's unbelievably in depth and creative and so fucking talented. But I really didn't enjoy the video. Well, no, I loved the editing. As a parkour video, it just didn't, apart from Marcio's big stick, which thankfully had a bit of like breathing room around it, the majority of the lines, this is the way I would describe it. That video could feature somebody who just was not a big name athlete doing, aside from a couple of things where there's like bigger movements, like the big stick, it could feature somebody who'd been training for 2 years just doing like crazy shit and be the same level as video. It was wasted talent having two of fucking unbelievably talented athletes. Like Marcio does a Kong Pri in that we saw in
when we went to.
Do you remember? You know which one it is?
Porto.
There was a when we were in Porto. There was a. Was it you were there? It was the day you left to fly home. And
I do know the one.
Like kind of benches.
He'd never done it before, we asked like, has anyone done this?
And it's like, absolutely fucking huge. Really and in the video, it's masked out, so you can't even see what he lands on, and then some cars like drop around, and it's just one of those Kong Pris that just like it should just be a side-on clip filmed normally for you to appreciate. And it's just stuff like that. Like I just want to see all those clips without the editing, and I want to see that editing. I'm happy to see the editing on the clips, but I know those guys had been saving clips for months and months and months.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I've seen those clips yet.
Yeah.
So no hate to either of, any of them, but like I just, I was really excited knowing that video was coming, and then was just like,
It's just everyone has different opinions as well, because
no, mine's right.
Well, some people might fucking love.
People loved it, yeah.
But like love that style of editing on a parkour video.
Yeah.
So I feel like my mindset's always changing. I either really like a simple parkour video edited really nicely, and then sometimes I'm like, I love it when there's just shit going everywhere. I just
want to see scale. Like I want to know how big that Kong Pri is.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know it was that Kong Pri until I saw.
Neither did I.
Until I saw the behind.
You messaged me saying, the group chat about it.
Until I saw the behind the scenes video, and I was like, it was that Kong Pri. Okay, like. I just broke the table.
Sounds like we just shat all over.
No, well, I mean we did,
Fraz.
But all three of them are still the same people. But he's a fucking. You should, if you don't follow him on Instagram, the breakdowns he does of his editing are just. I don't understand how he even comes up with the ideas, and then he just goes, here's an idea, and then makes it happen. And like it's CGI Transformers Michael Bay shit, but on a fucking when I saw him when he stayed at my house, he's just working off of some like fairly basic Windows laptop. Like it wasn't and it wasn't some souped up monster, and I was just like, how are you doing this?
That's sick. That's really cool.
I reckon, right, this is my prediction. I said this the other day. I don't know how you would describe what I've called it a parkour season, but it's not that. But I think 2020 and moving forward has been the start of I don't think this trend will now go away, where teams and athletes spend, it's always existed, but now it's in full force. They spend a considerable amount of time, let's say a summer, given that summer is better weather, shooting a long form project, hopefully while still maintaining YouTube, because YouTube and stuff like that is important for exposure. Shooting a long form project and then releasing that as a long form thing. Hopefully we will start to move to a level where established teams, I wouldn't say brand new teams, but established teams then start charging for that because of the revenue it can generate for them. Kipper, GFAM,
Bean movie,
Josh Malone with Bean movie, or that whole. Are they a team? Are they just the Beans? I don't know.
I think so. Maybe
we've obviously done Soul Destroyer. Like there's just been this wave, or like a growing wave of this, and it's so cool to see because it kind of benefits everyone.
Definitely.
I think it is important for brands to keep up with YouTube and social and Instagram. Like it's in this day and age where it is like an attention game, you can't go silent for 6 months and not put out anything because you'll just get forgotten about during that period. But and even things like, I guess, Nate's film and stuff like this, like
Skull Chatter as well.
We're just starting to see this more like conservative approach to like, maybe not conservative approach, but conserving footage, saving footage.
That makes sense.
And putting out big things, which is just sick because this is what every other action sport does. And when it then comes to like sort of
winter, is that what you're saying?
Well, I was more thinking like film festivals, for example, in like the skate world, they will have kind of like a film festival that more features the bigger projects. It's not like, oh, you made a 2-minute long YouTube video. Obviously things like that will still have value, but
I also just felt like for a few years, nothing like this was really happening.
Yeah.
And it fell out of style, not style. Maybe it just,
I think people just got caught up in Instagram.
Yeah, people got caught up in Instagram, and then now a lot of people are pushing regular YouTube content as well.
Yeah.
But this, with the added feature length, or however you want to call this.
Yeah, it's kind of like, even though some aren't Hollywood feature length, I would say something that's like a 45-minute action is a feature.
I'll call it a film. Still parkour film,
yeah,
I guess. But anyway, yeah, those three together, constant Instagram, constant YouTube, and then one of those like a year by a team is like, it's such a perfect recipe, I think. And also just for fun as well.
Yeah.
For themselves.
I mean, we haven't yet actually executed it, but we've always spoken about kind of like maybe 1 year trying to focus on like you start categorizing your training as like A, B, and C, and like the A content is what you save for your film, and then B and C are kind of like delegated out between YouTube and Instagram and things. But like you essentially have this constant aspiration of attaining A content, which is just held off until the end of the year. And I think that's what we're now starting to see. And it's just smart because I mean, like, let's say Kipper were to release their next film and sell it. They're actually releasing something tonight at 5, but I don't they've put it as a premiere on YouTube, but I don't think it's like if it's another fucking 40-minute long video, that would be outstanding.
Imagine. They've got the grant from Star, and they work straight away on something.
But like, let's say they sell their next project, they will make sales, and that is good. Sort of, it's money. Like,
it's actually a good start for teams like Kipper. I know they haven't just started.
Yeah,
but they don't make clothes yet.
No,
so it's more realistic for them to push towards a selling content first.
And if they sell content and amass a chunk of money,
well, that money can go towards clothing.
Exactly.
Just by starting off
film,
with, like everyone can watch a film. Not everyone's going to buy clothing. That's and the thing you were saying about seasons is totally right. And I think with Motus, even when we first started, it kind of naturally happened like that. We always have something in the summer.
We've always fucked up and fucking filmed. We've literally Soul Destroyer. Most of it was filmed over winter.
Soul Destroyer
Resurgence was filmed over winter.
Oh shit, yeah.
Like,
well, we've had a season. We do it wrong. We have it in seasons, but we just don't do it the right way.
Because we're Australian, that's why. But you'd like to think there's enough Australian teams and like sort of teams. Well, and I guess America is
that there's that videos will just get uploaded.
Hopefully there's like a kind of, you have the both hemispheres just like knocking out large form stuff. It'd be sick.
Would be really cool.
Yeah.
Where are we?
So, I mean, that's kind of one prediction, so to speak, for next year. But where do you think, given that, like we said, the year is not going to suddenly, we're in January. It's not like Corona is going to disappear. We can't.
Where do we think parkour's going to be though?
Yeah, because it took a hit. Like culturally, I think it's fine. In the economy of parkour, when it comes to gyms and events, it's taken a hit. Like, we basically saw a blanket cancellation of all parkour events. Many gyms have had to close.
Tempest.
Fucking like Tempest. Like, gyms.
It's pretty crazy.
Even the ones that stayed open are working in sort of limited hours, limited conditions, etc. Financially, that makes life harder moving forward. Where do we think?
I don't know. Online, I feel like maybe we could go either way, but because of the current situation, loads of people will be working on lots of things online. I don't know what that necessarily means, but I really don't know. Apart from the gyms struggling, like, well, I don't have anyone I know who works at gyms, and I don't know how it is. All you can see is that they're closing down. I don't know if you've spoken to anyone about it, but
I mean, on and off. But I mean, it's just like it
would just be shit if after this year parkour's taken a step back in a physical sense with gyms and things, and there's just a lot less gyms.
Yeah, because let's say when we
start up again, most companies they might not even try to start up again because they literally don't have the money to do it.
Yeah.
So that would be a
This
shame.
is the other thing I was thinking about. Is like, let's say you wanted to build a gym and you go and search. Like, let's say COVID calms down in 6 months' time. You want to build a gym and you go and search for investment for it, and you approach an investor. Are investors going to be more hesitant to jump into stuff like that because it's like they've seen how quickly a lot of the like entertainment industries and things can be wiped out?
If they know the history of if you've already had a gym and then it,
or are we just
down.
going to see like insurance protocols ramp up? So it's because I think it was Wimbledon, which is the big tennis tournament in the UK, was like one of the only companies that for years now they've paid for pandemic insurance. So like all these massive sporting events got cancelled and a lot of them lost tons of money. I think the government in the end came out and like bailed sort of things out and stuff. But Wimbledon like famously they basically were able to make this huge insurance claim and claim back loads of money when Wimbledon got cancelled. And everyone was like, what the fuck? And they were like, yeah, we just paid for pandemic insurance. Like,
what?
Just because there was an insurance provider that offered it and they had the foresight to think about it, I guess. Like, which is pretty crazy. But
Smart when you're that big.
Yeah.
Wimbledon is that
but
big.
it's even like travel is going to be off the cards for a bit. But I don't like, unless the army are marching down the streets telling people to stay in their homes because of an illness, like that's never going to happen. So I don't think street training and content creation is going to get slowed.
No.
At all. If anything, I think that's going to be strengthened. Like weather in the UK is shit right now, but I think in the countries that train outside a lot and I honestly think that will probably get stronger. It's more, as you said, it's like the travel, it's the events.
Yeah, I think probably just connection between free runners is going to be more online than usual, even though it is online a lot.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
mostly
thankfully,
it.
we're a safe community in that regard because it's not like everyone's online nowadays, aren't they? So it's like
Exactly.
yeah. But things for me to think about is like, well, the film festival, we obviously did an online one last year. We did an editing festival. I'd love to do a proper one, but it's like I don't want to do a proper one. I go out and film for the next 3 months if there's still kind of, let's say, America or England, where like there's enough limitations to make. Do you know what I mean? Like it would be unfair if some countries were slightly more locked down than others, and therefore it was harder to get groups together and things. Because it's like you want it to be a fair playing field.
Definitely.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that's the whole thing at the moment, isn't it? It's everything's just up in the air. Has been for.
It has been, but I almost felt like it started to not be, and then maybe in November, December, it just started going up in the air again.
Yeah, but I mean, you just gotta thrive and survive, adapt to overcome, bro. Like, just keep pushing. Oh, we have a text on the Motus Mobile.
Nice.
Whoa.
What?
HSBC, a payment has been attempted. Well, this phone is not linked to anything, so I assume this is a spam text because it's then like sort of review this or whatever.
Put your details.
Like this phone doesn't have a SIM card in it, so no, it must do, but it's got. Oh, I don't fucking know. It's not my phone. It's Sarah's old phone. Yeah, Motus Mobile. We're gonna actually try and bang some questions. Hit that button.
Motus Mobile phone. Send us a message +44 7856 400161. Motus Mobile phone.
You could have just talked, you know, just while I'm walking over the other side of the room to get the adapter.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
Yeah, I realised the adapter wasn't there. Yeah, that guy's called Paul, by the way. We finally worked out his name. He, I mean, actually,
He lied to us.
he lied to us. He sent a message the other day, and I think if I play this, it'll play through.
Yo, Motus, I have to send enough more voice messages for the time I still have this voice because I'm getting older and my voice is getting older. And in 1 year, I can't make these voice messages again. And I haven't been in the podcast for so fucking long. So, yes, I just wanted to tell you that I'm gonna send a few voice messages in the next few days. Fuck off. You have to peep that in the podcast.
No, we don't have
You
to beat
never
that.
sent any voice messages. You're a massive letdown.
Oh, that was my response. Didn't know who was talking then.
Wait.
Paul's a gangster.
When did Paul send that?
That was the 9th of December. Okay.
So it was a lie.
We just don't check the phone.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it was only a few days ago.
He said he's going to start to send new ones tomorrow.
Maybe his voice is broke. And
I know.
Like, fuck,
he's going to be like, hello, my name is Paul.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a gangster. So thank you. Yeah, we have seriously neglected this phone, but I just went through and wrote down some questions that have come in recently, and we're going to try and utilize. We went through it with Marks, and then obviously didn't use that thing. Yeah. But Franco messaged, and he said, give your take on Storm not uploading for a year on YouTube, but instead putting content on Instagram. I did not realize it had been a year. Mm-hmm. Like that's...
You said that earlier to me. That's crazy.
I'm going to check that right now. But so what...
Well, Storm putting... It's basically Ed and Tim, isn't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, Kai is living the life out in some crazy country near Dubai, filming. Oh my God, it's actually been a year.
Wow. What was their last video?
Storm America. When did that come out? That came out on...
But I wonder if they have any plans whatsoever to even push for...
Yeah, 15th of December 2019.
Maybe they don't have plans to get back into YouTube.
Well, like Kai was pushing hard for it, and some of the guys pushing hard. It's had so many ups and downs in terms of their content. But one thing that we heard through the grapevine of some guys who have been in contact with Instagram, I don't really know why, but Instagram workers or reps or managers, I don't know, have reached out to people, is that there is the potential in the future of Instagram. Basically, this guy's asking why they're putting all their stuff on Instagram TV. Because that's what Ed and Tim are doing. And there apparently is the potential that Instagram TV might eventually move over to a content stream that has ads on it, and therefore you can earn revenue through that. So it does make me think that potentially Ed and Storm have heard that and are kind of warming up the Instagram TV.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't actually Googled that. There might be more news on it, but
yeah. I can see that happening anyway because it was their take on a YouTube in a sense anyway, wasn't it? So yeah, and it's easier if it is just Ed and Tim. I don't know how it's easier, but in my brain it's easier that they're just uploading to IGTV rather than YouTube, making YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Because it's just all on the same platform.
I am very curious about where Storm is headed because Kyle was like the driving force, and he's officially kind of now said like I'm focusing on. I mean, he's murdering it with drone stuff. It's Ed, Tim, Lynn, Blue, but Blue's kind of stunt stuff. Lynn, I'm not quite sure.
Hendo?
Oh, and Hendo, yeah. I knew that was something.
Phil?
Phil, technically, but then Phil's also Breach and something else.
Yeah.
So,
okay. I mean, they're all kind of focusing on their own things anyway. So
yeah. I'm not concerned about any of them individually. It's more like, it's weird because Storm obviously was so big.
Yeah,
at one stage and has maintained a solid presence, but now especially I would say the last 12 months feels like it's drifting, which is strange. Like,
yeah, when I think of Ed or I think of Tim or anyone, I don't think of Storm.
No, like there was a period when they got added and they were murdering competitions. It was like, wow, like Storm have got this like comp presence, but
it would be cool. Hopefully, I mean, I enjoy the IGTV videos. But I'm hoping that they do come back because they all work really hard together. When they do get together.
And when Kai was using his black magic and things, he made like light work and the Madrid video and stuff.
Yes, those sort of things are really good.
Yeah.
See, even if because they said about doing just bigger projects on there and then working on Instagram. I know they didn't really stick to it, but obviously because Kai's gone and he's doing his own thing at the moment. But when he gets back, it would be cool if they push.
He's out there for a long time.
Yeah, I know. But like, it'd be cool to see that side get pushed again, even if it's not that regular. Because if they're doing regular things on IGTV, and just keep YouTube for a space for their biggest stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's your answer, Franco.
Yeah, there you go, Franco. Ronnie Cavalcante. By the way, we're gonna start naming and shaming these people. Ronnie is one of these people who likes to send in horrific GIFs and images, and also
was that a voice message or a video that you played earlier?
A voice message of him having a shit, which I'm not going to play because it's a bit graphic. It's weird. I mean, I get it because you're probably young and you don't have many friends, but like, Like, just this, I don't care for that stuff anymore. I'm a boring old man. I'd say that I fart all the time. I find farts quite funny, but like,
basically, you should put that on your story, Ronnie. The sound, because now everyone knows that you've done it.
Own it. If you own
it, then that's fine. You can send it into us.
Don't think that you're keeping it private. If anyone sends something into the Prodcast, we will take full. I mean, we're not going to start giving out phone numbers and addresses, but
names will definitely come in.
Yeah, name and shame. Big boy question from Liam that came in. We tried to. Oh, actually no. Philip Panhorst. He said, what can we expect to see from the Street Pirates in 2021? And every time this question comes up, I just blank.
I don't know what we doing with Street Pirates.
Well, I mean, it was kind of just a piss take.
It was a piss take. It's kind of
we also keep saying that we should do something with it, and there should be merch or something, and then like it doesn't really amount to anything.
See, what do you people think? A little shitty merch store for just the podcast, Street Pirates.
And what do we
like? Not like quality Motus clothes, but just where you can get your mugs and stuff.
Or just naff merch.
Just naff merch.
I mean, I think we spoke. I want to do like a colouring book and stuff.
Yeah, like we can still do that sort of stuff if that's what people want.
It would be one of those things that people will be like, yeah, let's do it. Like, do it. You put an Instagram poll up.
No one buys it.
75% of people say yes, and you're like, cool. Drop 20 grand on Street Pirates merch. No one buys it. Story of my fucking life. No, I'm joking. Darwin the Destroyer merch is amazing. You got the mug there. By the way, April Fools, I'm almost certainly going to bring back. This is your podcast exclusive.
Every
April
year,
Fools is now just Darwin's
the
Day.
Destroyer.
Yeah. I'm looking at custom frisbees because who doesn't like a frisbee? Like, I reckon a frisbee with Darwin's face on it would bang.
Yeah, definitely. And a tennis ball maybe or something.
Very true.
Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. Proper question. We have got other questions, but I couldn't really be bothered to write them down. But this is from Liam, and he says, wondering if you could put your thoughts and experiences with this potentially on the next podcast. I'm lost for what to do with my life and how to approach my next step in getting a career. My dream is to be a stuntman, and I've already made progress on a show reel, but I know it will only be part-time, so I need another job. I didn't get into uni for film, hated the curriculum, so I'm thinking of doing personal training instead. There is a lot of uncertainty career-wise in the future. Have you guys had similar feelings or scenarios in your life like this?
Yes.
You're asking two people who just to completely make it up as they go along every single day.
Yeah. Like you said, we kind of answered this with Mark's, the podcast that we're not uploading. And it was a difficult one to answer. I don't think we really properly did.
No, we tried, but
the best thing we can do is try and put ourselves in your shoes and give advice. But most people who say they know what they're doing in life have no fucking clue anyway. So.
No, well, that's a very good point. Like
to a certain degree.
Well, I think no matter what you want to do or decide to do, you can always change your mind, especially with something like it sounds like you're not going to uni anymore, so you've kind of avoided a debt trap. But with something like PT, like those are useful skills to learn full stop that can transition over to other elements of your life. It's also the type of thing that isn't going to be nearly as affected by something like a pandemic or something like this, because, I mean, obviously it essentially could be considered a close contact thing, depending on if you were doing literal personal, but like there are ways to utilize that knowledge to help people digitally. And you can always change what you want to do. Like I used to be essentially a full-time filmmaker, and now I barely pick up a camera, and I still love filming, and I will continue to sort of, whoa, my God.
Just completely broke that. Not this.
Kim just catapulted the lid off of a pen 30 foot into the air.
I've learned something new. I'm actually well excited.
Do that again.
Look.
Do you just put your thumb under it? Sorry, Liam.
Yeah, watch this.
Oh, that wasn't nearly as cool. But anyway, you can, like, I don't know how much a PT course is, but to me, that's if you have an interest in that, and especially if you're into parkour, that sounds like an advantageous thing to at least try.
So what did he mention? He mentioned PT, and he also mentioned the stunt register.
Yeah.
What I want to know is what you spend your days doing.
Minecraft.
Because, like, that's what I've struggled with, is having things that I want to do, and only having, well, it's hard for stunts because it's not like you're going to be at home in your downtime practicing stunts. You can change your mind obviously whenever, but I think maybe think about what you enjoy doing most of the time and keep that as what am I trying to say here?
Well, happiness is like pretty paramount.
Yeah, but what I mean is you're not always going to be doing stunt work, and especially with what's going on with the world right now, if there's something you're enjoying that doesn't necessarily need you to go somewhere to do stunts, maybe think about pursuing that at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because
the road to stunts is not one that can happen overnight.
No, but it's also not something you can go home and start grinding towards as well.
Yeah, it's definitely like do it on the side until it can become a full-time job, obviously.
Yeah.
But the thing I would say about stunts, and I know I have no personal experience, but from knowing many people now who around the world who have done stunts and are on stunt registers and are not on stunt registers, I don't know if you're in the UK actually, Liam. Stop throwing a fucking pen lid. But there seems to be loads of people who are like, I have to get on the stunt register to do stunts, and then they spend. I know people who have been training for the stunt register for literally years and years and years and years and years and years and years, and they're still not on it, and they're still not really doing any stunt work. I also know probably more people who are not on the stunt register and just know the right people and do shitloads of stunts and earn loads of money. Mm-hmm. And I like I said, I don't know the ins and the outs, but I know there is a huge amount of who you know is worth more or somewhat the same as what you know when it comes to stunts. So if you're interested in stunts, I would say work on connections and experience where you can, as well as the stunt register. Yeah. Rather than just only thinking about your karate and horse riding and diving and stuff and not doing any like connection building, because
Exactly.
So that's one thing to bear in mind. But I think, like I said, you can change what you want to do at any point. I think also don't put yourself in one little corner. Like, life is becoming more and more weird in terms of career opportunities, and like there's so many avenues for kind of multiple revenue streams, which is great because you might lose 2 revenue streams when a pandemic comes along, and then one of them can save your ass and stuff like this. So think broad, but think enjoyment and think fun, I think would be my advice.
Nice.
It actually sounded like I knew something then, but I just fucking literally was waffling along. Have we got anything else to say? I don't know. Yo. Camilla with the flow. Camilla the Killer.
We need to get Sam on
$100. Yeah, Sam can freestyle.
The other day, I haven't spoken to him in ages. Sorry, some people don't even know who the fuck.
World's tallest man.
Southers on Instagram, Sam. And we hadn't spoken in ages, and we had a rap battle over voice message. It was so good. Oh, and what we've done, I'm going to ask this on the podcast so that you have to maybe say yes. Oh. Because we don't do anything together. We were like, let's maybe do something over lockdown that doesn't require us being with each other, like some sort of challenge. So what we're doing for a month is that we both have to go away, both not really being musical, like we don't make music. Okay. And we both have to come back with 3 songs, any songs we want that we've made. And they can't be shorter than 1:30, but they can be like long if they want.
Whoa, how long have you been doing this?
We haven't started yet. So that's tonight. We're going to go home. We're going to go on FaceTime. We're going to get like a trial of Logic Pro or whatever we need. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I asked Sam, I was like, am I allowed to get Giles in as like a feature for vocals?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's what I'm asking on here. You have to.
Well, I probably will. Yeah.
Because,
What, singing, rapping, screaming?
Screaming. It's going to be, I need your screams. Yeah, exactly. But there you go.
Over like an acoustic guitar track.
Fuck knows. But yeah.
That's sick.
I'm quite excited. It's
I'm worried for the amount of time you're going to lose into it.
Nah, but we got a month to make 3.
Yeah.
And, I'll use the beat pad thing, and then...
Because one could just be like a freestyle rap.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be freestyle.
Well, I'm thinking, because I know how to make like really simple drum and bass stuff.
Yeah.
Not well, but you just do that and then try and mix in like...
Are they allowed to all be the same genre?
Yeah, they can literally be whatever.
Oh, okay. So it's not like you got to do 3 different, like
No.
guitar, beat.
No, I wish I could
Something
play
else.
guitar, but like, I don't know whether I'm allowed to outsource some other people to get instruments.
Can't you
and
just go on
things.
Fiverr and get someone else to make it
just
for
to
you?
make it for me
Yeah.
and then send it in? Yeah,
I made
no.
this.
Yeah, that's that. So,
That's sick.
and then once I got Giles's vocals, we can play it on the podcast.
All right, Motus Mobile, let us know if there's any like cool challenges. Wait, what?
Next time we do podcast, I'm going to ask for gang vocals from all the people on the podcast.
yeah,
they
what?
can send it in the voice.
What, you're going to give them like a lyric sheet?
and
be
they
like,
can all.
say these words
Yeah.
like fuck the system, and then you get like Paul going like fuck the system.
Fuck the system, Motus Mobile
Yeah.
phone. Sorry.
That's sick. Yeah, no. Let us know on the Motus Mobile. Let us know if there's any other like cool challenges or anything that maybe we could do as well.
Exactly. Things that, because obviously as England, we've just gone into another serious lockdown and for maybe 3 months. So
Lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown.
and also tell us if you have any challenges that you're doing specifically just over lockdown or what you're going to focus on.
Yeah.
Because
Fuck. I keep hearing about 75 Hard, and I'm always like, that sounds epic. I want to do
What's
it.
that?
And then so 75 Hard is a program by this guy called, I think his name's Andy Frizella or something. It's 75 days of, I can't remember the exact things. I know that you have to do minimum 30 or 40 minute workouts a day. One of them has to be outside. Some form of diet, whether that's kind of like basically just so that you're like, you're not,
you're doing that.
well, I'm trying, but like so that you're not like slacking on your food, like you're consciously doing something that is somewhat kind of challenging for you. What else is there? You got to drink like a decent amount of water a day. I can't remember how much it is, and read I think 10 pages of a book every single day. And I can't remember. Like
There's a lot of different things. I thought maybe it was
might
just
be
gonna
it.
exercising. What is it
But
called?
75 Hard.
Why?
But because it's hard, obviously.
75.
You have 75 days. You have to do it consistently for 75 days. If you fail, you have to go back to the start. So
that's sick.
basically no one finishes it in 75. Most people are like, I've been doing 75 days for 75 Hard for 130 days or whatever. And they're like, I finished on my 140th day or something. So, and I keep reading about it. I'll just see it like on random.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Because it's really fucking hard.
Well,
I can't work out
what
what.
to Huel.
Yeah, I can't work out once a day, let alone 2 times a day.
Yeah,
So-
but you know, in the morning before I'm here.
And like a dog walk doesn't count, I don't think,
Why?
because it's a walk.
I don't go out for walks.
Yeah, well,
I
it
sit on
counts
my
if you.
laptop.
I'd say it counts if you don't do that thing already.
Okay.
Like
so
if
as
you
an
were like, oh,
addition.
one could be a walk and one could be an
Training, do just a few prees.
Nah, it's got to be like 30, 40 minutes. Which, to be fair,
40 prees.
40 prees, 1 a minute
Don't know why you do 1 a minute. Until you're sweating, and then that's one of your workouts.
for every single
You
day.
got
75
you got
days.
is it a dumbbells?
What, kettlebell?
Kettlebells.
Yeah, pull
Yeah.
my back out again.
Yeah.
Don't make me do this. I've already got to do a fucking. I've already got to do vocals.
Anyway, yeah.
We got anything else to say? I'm sorry that the podcast has really slacked in recent months, but we are gonna try. Oh, fuck, there's no point even saying this because we say it every time.
No,
We're go-
just smack. We just smack it without telling them. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to.
No, fuck off. Yeah, whatever.
Podcasts are going to remain shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any point even doing this, to be honest. That's the
Nah,
best.
there's no point in top 5. I like the button though.
Loser!
Oh,
You're a loser!
Literally.
fuck's
That worked
sake.
so perfectly.
Go on,
Yeah.
I want it.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
I just like hearing the bass in the headphones.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Should we just end this here?
Yeah. Before we go, is this one?
That's nothing.
We've got a nothing button.
Yeah, we got a nothing button. Technically, we've got
Alright.
2 pages of nothing because there's another page and I can't remember.
Really?
I can't remember how to get to it.
Okay. Well,
We could add more, basically.
yeah, maybe we'll have like a running month slot where
I think-
this spare button here that's not being used can be one of your voices saying something, and then every month we pick a new person. It could be really
What's this? If I hit
like
this?
that guy shit.
Oh, look, here we go. So look,
Like
now
that
we
guy shitting, we could just play that
look,
down the
we
mic.
have a whole second board of buttons.
Oh wow, how
That-
exciting, guys! You can see.
Absolutely
you
fuck
can
all.
see fuck
We are
all.
going to start filming this, by the way, quite soon. So we actually have a mini tripod placed ready to film,
For the low price of £1.
but we haven't started filming it. So Why a pound? 99p flake
No, you can't do that though, can you? On there,
on Google.
on Google.
Yeah. Sick. All right. Bye. Love you.
Yeah.
You got to hit the button.
Really?
Yeah.
This one.
That one.
The workshop.